no messing about. You know who I am, you know what our start looks like. Now we're straight into turn one here, starting from the back of the grid as reserve driver, and we're going to go in the Porsche this time at Fuji. And this is going to be a very eventful race, including that move that you've all seen before, and your feedback has been given. Thank you very much for that. Now, something to note there, the Aston Martin driver already having an incident at the first corner. Could that play a role in the incidents as they play out later on? We're going to run to the outside of these drivers, and we're going to get completely just brain fade there. Ran wide and lost a lot of positions, so absolutely shocking driving from myself. We're going to try and send it around the outside of some of these guys. It's not quite going to work out for us, but we are still running in 18th position now into the big braking zone, into the hairpin. A lot of danger always happens into here. Is anything going to kick off on lap one? We're going to be defensive to the inside. It's going to be a bit of a block pass, Corvette versus Aston Martin there, and Aston Martin's going to make that happen. Bit of door banging going on from my side. Ace combat on the radar to the bottom right, you see there, into Fuji sector 3, and we're going to get a bit of swaz, really trying to control the car here. And the Porsche is good through sector 3, but here we just don't really quite seem to be hooking it up. Maybe we're going to start to improve as the race goes on. So a little block pass from the Corvette there on the Aston Martin, skipping forwards now to 1 lap long ahead. Aston Martin's going to put a dive on the Corvette, not quite going to make that happen. But swaz and corner exit, we're going to sneak through there in sector 3. That's actually a fantastic move from us. Now we're looking forwards to close into the Corvette ahead, and we're a little bit wide there, and we're going to try and keep the car under control. And as we turn into this corner here, the Aston Martin just appears there. Now, in my opinion, I was surprised by that, but I'm going to give him credit on that. That was a very opportunistic move, and he made me look like a fool. Superb move. I'm going to say a good move on that part here. This one, perhaps not quite so good. Bit of a dive, but the Corvette has suffered from there. We're going to try and give a bit of payback to the Corvette, help him down the straight, maybe encourage him to get involved into turn one, and this is where things start to kick off. So we've given him a bit of a bump draft speed advantage into the turn one for the third time. And let's discuss some of the comments. So bad move from me, maybe. Genius, reflexes to catch that, yep, maybe as well. Shouldn't move around the braking zone. That's a very good point. Hopefully a mistake. If I'd outbrake myself, I should be go to the outside. Yeah, understand that one. Completely agree with your point there. Hard to say out of context. Agree, yeah. Context is always important to take into consideration. Thank you very much for the comment, Julian. Evasive driving, yes, to a certain extent. I did get a bit of a mistake and evasive driving. Mistake, bit of luck maybe. Also agree with that one. Mistake, got caught out into turn one, became a problem. Heat seeker claiming dive bomb. Yeah, it was a bit of a dive bomb, but certainly not intentional. JS23 saying I went where they weren't, trying to avoid contact. Yep, exactly right. Avoided crash, got a bit lucky, not dirty. Yep, I agree. That's a solid comment. Baz from the Discord now saying about changing a direction in the braking zone. Yep, completely agree with that one. Alex agrees with Baz, and I completely agree with this one. It was a bit of a bizarre incident. The way things played out meant that I didn't have that many options, and I chose the best of a bad bunch of options. Ryan thinks this one is on me. Now, I am going to take some of the blame for this. I always try to avoid contact, but contact was made. But we'll run through that in detail in a little bit. Loopy now with more than just a comment, which is very, very interesting. So let's see what actually happened. First of all, thank you very much for everyone's comments. It really is appreciated. I like to see all the different sides to every story, and it's really great to interact with you in the community. So here's the situation and how it played out. Going into turn one at Fuji, the Aston Martin and the Corvette both go to the very inside of the track. This is where I look to see my options, and I'm going to try and go deep on the brakes to the outside and try and get them on the cutback on the acceleration into turn two. At about this point, I'm on the brakes now. I've committed to my braking zone, my braking length. I'm going right to the outside of the track. I cannot brake any faster than I'm already braking. As we roll forwards now, I see my lines start to disappear, and I realise I've got nowhere to go. My original trajectory to go deep on the brakes to the outside has closed off completely, and I feel like they've braked a little bit earlier, so maybe I can get to the inside. At this point, I switch to the inside. I try my hardest to avoid, but I think I do make contact with the Corvette, and I'm far too much to the inside. I'm across the grass. I really can't get the car stopped, and then we make contact with the Aston Martin. A bit of swaz on corner exit. Let's take another look back at that from the external camera, and it does look a little bad on me, if I'm honest, but I think I tried my best in this situation. So as you can see right now, they're defending to the inside. We're going to get on the brakes. My line's going to disappear. I'm going to try and switch to the inside, and I do make contact with the Corvette. I'm over the grass, bounce the curb, block pass on the Aston Martin there. And let me know what you think of that, guys. I'm very interested to know your feedback once again. Certainly after you've seen it from a few different camera angles, and certainly now you've known my thought behind what I tried to do. Now, I did feel half bad, slightly protecting myself. I did almost let him go into this corner. I thought it could have been a dive bomb. I thought it could have been a side swipe. And also I let him have that place back. Didn't really defend it too much. But now we can go racing again. And that's not the end of the video, guys. It really is absolutely fantastically brutal race to carry on with. So we're going to go straight to battle again with this Aston Martin. We're not going to have this speed now. We're in the Porsche, so we are lacking top speed. And we're going to go into the braking zone, into the hairpin at the start of Sector 3. And the Aston Martin's going to get a big lunge on the Corvette. Fireworks. It's kicked off. The Corvette he's snapped. He's not been able to take it anymore. And he has claimed that Aston Martin for himself. But that is not the end of the incidents during this race. There are so many more incidents to happen, and we're going to try and just catch with the cars ahead now. We've got clear of drivers we were battling intently with, but we do have a fast driver who was coming from the back of the field with ourselves, who has the slipstream of us down the straight. We're in the Porsche, so we are lacking top speed, and here he comes. I think he's in the Toyota Supra. We're going to stay defensive-ish, but there's not a lot we can do. Whether he goes inside or outside, he's going to be in front of us. So he's gone to the inside, and we're going to try and just get on the brakes. And it looks like it's gone deep, but he's not going to get that car stopped. So he's gone deep there, and now we're going to get out the corner and catch with drivers ahead. Is that a BMW M3? Drive it to the inside there, out of position. And we're going to try. We're not really going to be able to capitalise there. That driver in front, Bennett, we've had some fantastic races with him over the whole course of the week. In fact, Fuji this week has been wall-to-wall golden moments, and how the drivers got back to the inside of me. And we're going to go to the inside there. A bit of block pass there from drivers ahead. We're going to go three wide. We're on the outside of the... Oh, this is going to be really dangerous into the hairpin. What's going to happen here, guys? I think we're going to try and get on the brakes as late as possible and send it around the outside. So we're going to brake very, very late. Clear them just about around the outside. We can get just about on the grass. A bit of a battle there, side by side now. Catching that swaz. Look on the radar now. 3 cars wide. And we're going to get in front of those guys. And that is going to give us just a bit of clearance. We've run a little bit wide into this corner here, but it gives us the inside for the next corner, and we are battling through this field nicely, wide from the Mercedes ahead. So that's going to bring us into his slipstream distance. Is it? Are we going to get a good exit out of turn, I don't know, last corner? And it looks like we are in the slipstream of that Mercedes. Are we going to get an incident into turn 1 again, guys? We just about have enough slipstream, but Porsche doesn't have great top end, but we are just fractionally gaining. Are we going to make enough to close into turn 1? Are we going to get a sniff down the inside into turn 1? We're going to brake late, and we're almost going to show our nose. We're kind of running out of room here, but he's gone wide there, so we're going to get on the gas, swaz out the corner there, smoking those tyres, and we're side by side going into the kink. He's going to have the advantage there. I think we'll have to back out of this one. We're never going to hang it around the outside there, so we do fall back in line with that Mercedes ahead. Now, are we going to look to the inside around 100R? It's not going to happen for us. A bit of swaz from ourselves, a bit of lag from the driver ahead, and we are still under threat from drivers behind. It's going to close up massively on the brakes. We're going to try and get a good exit out of the corner here. So I do think we have pace on this driver, which is to find out where we're going to make that move happen. And we're to the outside, into the braking zone, into the hairpin. What's going to happen here, guys? We're going to go to the outside offset. We're going to brake reasonably early. Is that going to be deep? It's a little bit deep, so we're going to offset our line here, outside to inside again. And we're going to try and get the drive into this corner here. Get on the brakes. downshift, and we're going to get the car's going to slide, and we're not going to catch it. We're going to make an over swaz moment there, guys. Let's see what happened on that one. Let's go back and watch that sequence of corners again, how the Mercedes is to the inside and offset. So we're going to get the inside on the corner exit. It's going to give the outside on the corner entry, inside on the corner exit, inside on the corner exit here. We're going to throw it down the inside, and we do make the pass, but we just get a bit of rotation. The car loses the rear. I didn't think that was possible with the Porsche. I always thought that was super stable, but I guess we pushed it a little bit too far now, and we are having problems. This is lap number 5. I'm going to skip forwards now, lap number 6. And we're back with the Aston Martin ahead now, and we are on new tyres now. I think we just need to try and clear him. It looks like wind has had a problem there, and we are battling with that Aston Martin once again. Now we remember lap 1, he sent a great move on us down here. We're not going to get a chance to do that this time round. I think we'll look to make a move on the main straight, get him lined up with a wide corner entry to get a good corner exit, and then try and get a pass into turn 1, hopefully clean this time. It's going to be a bit of a drag race, and we're going to fall in line to try and get some slipstream down the straight. We are on fresh soft tyres, so I think he's going to the pits there. He's not going to the pits. He's not pitted. We're going to try and sneak to the inside. That door is going to close, so we're going to go to the outside now into turn 1. What's going to happen this time round? And we're going to get on the brakes, and we're going to get pushed from the inside. We did clear him on the radar, I thought, but it's just a little bit of a dive into that first corner there. We do have the pace advantage on this guy, so let's try and see where we can make this move happen. Through the kink, all solid there, no real problems. Just try and look to the inside. Nothing's going to happen right now. Maybe a move into the next left-hander could be on. We're going to go to the inside. We're going to brake early, and that move's not really going to happen. We're going to fade to the inside, but we do have a driver right knocking on our back door. That M3 is back in action. Rare to see that car, but we have a great race with him as this race progresses. So is he going to make a move on the Aston Martin into the hairpin? I don't think that's quite going to happen for any of us, but they have become side by side now through Fuji sector 3, side by side. I'm going to sneak down the inside now. This is going to be a repeat of what happened before. Are we going to be able to not spin? And it looks like we are. We've made that move happen on the Aston Martin. Is he going to throw it to the inside? He's done it before and not close enough this time. We did try and guard the inside a little bit more that time, and we've got the driver ahead now. Actually, smooth transition there into lap number 8, and we're still behind at that BMW M3. We look to get a different line through here and a tighter exit and get the drive out the corner and see how this is going to play out into the hairpin for us. We're just on the outside. I don't think we can do anything from the outside, but is around the outside going to be possible? On the brakes, a little bit deep from him, maybe, and he has run wide. We're going to get that tight exit once again, tight exit again. And I did think about switching back to the inside to do my move, but it just didn't work out for me. I got too much overlap there. But I'm going to try it all the way around the outside here. It looks like we are. Fair driving from the M3 driver, giving us space on the outside, and we're going to make that move happen. Is he going to get the cutback on the corner exit? It doesn't look like that's going to happen. And that move is done. Into turn, well, final turn, a little bit wide. The BMW M3 is going to be in our slipstream. Down the main straight now, all the way we go. What top speed does that BMW M3 have? I have no idea. I've never ever driven that car. Let me know in the comments below if you've driven that car. If you are enjoying this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing. A lot is going on in this video. So into the braking zone here, we're on the outside. Are we going to be able to hang it around the outside, even on the brakes, sweeping around the outside and exiting to the outside? The M3 driver, fantastic stuff. Huge respect to you. Good to see space being given. It's a stark contrast between earlier on in the race and other drivers, but a fantastic battle in between me and this M3 driver. Back on board now, and we are following the BMW M3 again. He's managed to get past us, but we have really abused our tyres during this phase of the race, and we're going to get the car to rotate. It's not going to hook up, and we're just going to loop the car out. With tyre wear being so high, if you do get a slide, if you do get a spin, it really does absolutely wreck the tyres. And right now my back tyres are absolutely dead. I'm not going to be, I really am suffering. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to the end of the race. And our Aston Martin driver friend is 8 seconds down. and this has now become a battle to not be last, guys. So we've got to try and get the car to the finish line, and it's almost undrivable. Look at how much steering input I'm having to put in. 6 seconds is the gap, and that's closing. 5 seconds now, and through sector 3 it's difficult as it is, but when you've got no back tyres, it is absolutely brutal. The car is ultra swaz, and I never thought the Porsche could drive this bad. I thought the Porsche was always such a solid car to drive, but look at that. I'm just drifting wide, having to catch the car with opposite lock, and he's closing in now. He's at 4 seconds is the gap. I just can't keep it in a straight line. We've got one more corner to go, and then the straight. Are we going to make it? I just need to not spin on this last corner. I could barely control the car, absolute drift car. But we're in a straight line now. It's just race to the line, but the time will expire, and we're going to be credited with not last position, 15th. Let me know what you thought of that race, guys. Let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed it, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll catch you in the next one.